Hi everyone, this is Migs from Sneaks and Ball PH, and as you can see, we have a gigantic box in our hands. So today we have a quick look and unboxing on the Nike Air Fear of God 1 Triple Black. The Nike Air Fear of God 1 is the first collaboration between Nike and designer Jerry Lorenzo, and they started it in 2018. In 2018, they released the lifestyle model of the Air Fear of God 1s in a light bone colorway as well as a black colorway. Once they released those, they also dropped the performance versions of the Nike Air Fear of God 1s, and these are pretty much the same as the lifestyle model except they have a different lacing system as well as a midfoot cage. For the performance versions of the Nike Air Fear of God 1, you do have the light bone colorway as well as a black colorway with a white or sail midsole. Then you also have a very light green version as well as an orange one. Then of course you have the latest release of the Nike Air Fear of God 1, which is the triple black colorway. I've actually never owned a pair of Fear of God 1s, and I've never even seen them in person. So I'm pretty curious to see how they will look like in hand. So with that, let's get into the unboxing. So as you can see, the box on the Air Fear of God 1s is absolutely huge. The box does have a pretty cool minimalist look because it is a matte orange all throughout. So now time to take a peek inside the box. So you have this removable lid and... okay, that was a weird sound. And then just putting this aside for now. Okay, so when you open the box, you don't immediately see the shoes. Instead, you see this really shiny packet that has Nike branding here on this side, as well as Air Fear of God branding on the other side. So just opening it up to see what's inside. Okay, so first you have, what is this? Okay, first you have a keychain. So this is a Nike Air Fear of God keychain. And then for the other contents of the packet, let's see. Okay, so you have some lace locks, so you have some black ones, then you also have two light orange ones. And then it also comes with a sort of bag, so let's check this out. Ooh, so the bag that it comes with is actually a pretty big bag, so you might not be able to see me anymore. And now I think we have the shoes, so you have this orange paper. Quite a lot of it actually. And then each of the shoes come in this sort of aluminum foil kind of looking thing, but it is very shiny and it's sort of this pouch design because you only have one opening for the shoe. And taking that out, so here you have your left shoe of the Air Fear of God 1s. Then we'll just put this aside. And then here you have the other shoe. The unboxing experience on these is actually pretty cool, I must say. So here you have your right shoe, and we'll just close up the lid for a while. So here you have it. This is the Nike Air Fear of God 1 Triple Black. So just a few quick tech specs on the Air Fear of God 1, since they are supposedly a shoe that you can play basketball in. For the traction, you have a sort of radial pattern all throughout the outsole, so it pretty much emanates from this circle here on the forefoot and goes all the way through, and it is in mostly, solid rubber. Except here on the heel part, it is translucent, so you can see the zoom unit. Then speaking of the zoom unit, for the cushion on the Air Fear of God 1s, it's actually a pretty beefy cushioning setup. So you have that large volume zoom unit here in the heel, and when I say large volume, it is super duper thick. Like, I think this is one of the, if not the thickest zoom units I've ever seen. And then on top of that, you do have a full-length zoom strobel unit, which is pretty much the same as what you would find on the KD12 or KD13. Then it is fully caged from the forefoot all the way to the heel, and it's a good thing that you have the zoom strobel unit because just like I said, it is heavily caged here in the midsole, so if it wasn't right underneath your foot, I think that the cushion would feel a little bit dead. But since you do have that zoom strobel unit, it feels very nice and very comfortable. Then for the materials, you do have this midfoot cage that's made of this sort of rubbery plastic. And then here on the toe, you have this very soft and premium feeling leather. Then you have a little bit of synthetic material here on the toe to protect it from toe drags. Then for most of the shoe, you have this very premium feeling mesh. And then you also have a little bit of plastic here on the zipper. And then once you pull the zipper down like so, wait, it's a bit stiff. So once you pull down the zipper, you have this sort of reverse tongue. So as you can see, there is no physical like tongue here on the shoe. Instead, you have it here on the back, which kind of helps with ease of access, which we'll talk about later in the fit. Then on the inside of the shoe, you do have this very nice material. So this actually kind of feels like, if I'm not mistaken, a perforated suede. It is very soft and very comfortable, so that definitely is a big plus. Then you also have this nylon strip that also acts as a pull tab here on the front. And then you have very thick rope laces. Then for fit and sizing, I did go true to size, and it fit me pretty well. With its super soft and premium materials, when I put the shoe on, it felt like a very nice and soft hug for my feet. Then a funny story about me fitting this shoe. So I did get the shoe in and everything. It was a little bit difficult, but nothing too intense. So I had my foot inside, and then I was wearing some mid-cut socks. Then I removed my foot from the shoe and my socks stayed inside the shoe. So I'm not sure if it's because of the super duper high cut of the shoe or because the lining is like pretty premium and kind of grippy, but that's kind of a funny experience because I've never actually experienced that with any shoe. And then for the aesthetic pieces of the shoe, you do have this radial traction pattern. And then here on the translucent part, you can see the zoom unit. And on the zoom unit, there is a blue Nike swoosh. Then here on the midsole, you do have a little bit of text that reads Air Fear of God SN8329166. Then slightly above it, you do have this little black reverse Nike swoosh. Then here at the back, you have a little bit more Fear of God branding, as well as this Nike text, as well as the swoosh. Then of course, you have that zipper here, and on the zipper, it actually has a little bit of detail. So you have Fear of God here on the left side, and on the right side, you do have Nike. Then for the upper on the shoe, it's a pretty simple and minimalist shoe. So you just have a little bit of stitching here and there, and you have all of the panels. So you have the leather as well as the mesh. And then here on the inner sort of reverse tongue, you have a patch that reads Air Fear of God. And then of course, this is a triple black colorway. So everything is in black. So you have the black outsole, black midsole, black cage, black materials, black laces. But if ever you do want to mix it up and add a little bit of color, they do provide you some extra laces. So you have an extra pair of white laces that you can find here on the right shoe. And here on the left shoe, you have an extra pair of light brown laces. So if you just want to mix it up and, if you feel like it's too much black, you can, you could use both these light brown laces, or I don't know, you could even sort of mismatch it if you can make that work stylistically, but at least you have options. Then for the overall aesthetics, how do I put it? I think it's just because of the high fashion design, but I'm really not feeling the Air Fear of God ones. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm really not into this whole high fashion look. I'd much rather wear a pair of basketball shoes or basketball retros, or some staples from brands like Adidas. So Adidas has like the Stan Smiths and the Superstars. Nike has like the Cortez, the Air Force Ones. And this is really just not my thing. Then for the triple black thing, I'm also not feeling that, and I'm not really sure if changing the laces would make me feel any different, because like you can change the laces, but everything else is pretty much black, so the laces can only do so much. However, if you like the styling of this shoe, it is a very high quality shoe, so it's not just the high fashion look, but it also has the high fashion material. So you do have like really soft leather and this really nice mesh. Like I wish they could put this mesh on something other than this shoe, because it's really comfortable. Then you also have some really good tech in this shoe, so if you actually want to play basketball in these, you can, especially if you love the aesthetic that much. With a triple black shoe like this, you don't really have to worry about it getting dirty so much. Then for the price, the Nike Air Fear of God 1 retails for 17,495 pesos or $350 US. So that's such a high price for a shoe that's supposedly also a basketball shoe. But even with a really high retail price on these sold out super fast. Like when I tried getting my pair, within less than a minute, all of the sizes sold out. I really can't believe the hype on this shoe, and I don't know, it's really not my thing, but apparently a lot of people love it. However, if you want to grab a pair and you weren't so lucky when they dropped, you're gonna have to go on the resale market. On the resale market, the price actually shoots even higher than the retail price. So you can actually get these for around 20 to 21,000 on the resale market. And that's such a money burn. So if you really like this, the resale market is the way to go. However, I do see that sometimes there's people that sell it pretty cheap. So you just have to really be patient and, really look for the seller that gives you the best price. So there you have it, guys. That was my quick look and unboxing of this expensive ass shoe, the Nike Air Fear of God ones. So if you liked the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for any future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Then also sound off in the comment section down below if you're like me and you really aren't feeling the Fear of God ones, or if you're one of the people who absolutely love the shoe. Then if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot. Here's Sneaks and Ball, PH.